What is compound interest? Understanding key financial terminology. Compound interest is interest calculated on both the principal amount of money, such as a loan or deposit, and on the interest payable or earned on that principal amount. So unlike simple interest, where the interest is only calculated on the original principal amount, compound interest is calculated on the increased amount that is both principal and previously accrued interest. To demonstrate how compound interest operates, let's assume one is loaned or deposited $10,000 for a period of 3 years at a rate of 5% compounded annually. In year one, the initial principal of $10,000 generates interest of $500, increasing the obligation of the borrower to $10,500. In year two, the financial obligation of $10,500 generates interest of $525, increasing the obligation of the borrower to $11,020. In year three, the financial obligation of $11,025 generates interest of $551.25, increasing the obligation of the borrower to $11,576.25. To calculate the final outcome using compound interest, where the borrower does not pay down or increase the initial borrowing amount during the term, one can use the formula A equals P, bracket 1 plus R divided by N, close bracket, to the power of N times T, where A is the final amount, P is the initial principal, the amount borrowed, R is the annual interest rate as a decimal, N is the number of times interest is compounded per year, and T is the number of years. To exemplify how this formula is used, we can use the following example. The initial principal, the amount borrowed, is $20,000. The annual interest rate as a decimal is 0.06, being 6%. The number of times interest is compounded per year is 12, being a monthly recurrence, and the number of years is 5. The compound interest formula would thus be A equals $20,000 times bracket 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12, close bracket, to the power of 12 times 5. With the resulting principal and interest due at the end of 5-year term being $26,977, representing accrued compound interest of $6,977 over the borrowing term. Due to the ever-increasing cost to the borrower over time, compound interest does serve to incentivize paying down the loan of borrowed funds earlier on, as opposed to holding out until the end of term. Thank you.